Lucifer, often seen as the ultimate bad guy, was once the most beautiful and powerful angel in heaven. His name means light bringer or morning star, reflecting his original status as a bearer of light. Stay with us as we reveal how Lucifer changed from a heavenly being to the Prince of Darkness. The flickering candlelight made long dancing shadows on the walls of the old library, each one seeming to move on its own. The air smelled of old paper and candle wax. It was a place where time seemed to stop, where the past whispered through the pages of forgotten books. I ran my fingers along the worn spine of a leather-bound book, its title barely visible in the dim light, The Nature of Evil. The book felt heavy, as if it held many secrets and untold stories. Each page, yellowed with age, seemed to pulse with a dark energy, pulling me deeper into its mysterious contents. A shiver ran down my spine, a primal fear stirring within me. It was as if the very essence of the book had reached out and touched my soul, awakening a deep-seated dread that I could not easily shake off. It was a fear as old as humanity itself, the fear of the unknown, the fear of the darkness that lurked just beyond the reach of reason. This fear has haunted mankind since the dawn of time, manifesting in myths, legends, and the darkest corners of our imagination. For centuries, cultures across the world have grappled with the concept of evil, personifying it in countless forms. From malevolent spirits to demonic entities, each culture has its own unique interpretation of what constitutes evil and how it influences our world. Lucifer's story is one of rebellion, pride, and ultimate downfall. According to Christian tradition, Lucifer was cast out of heaven for his pride and desire to be equal to God. This narrative has been retold and reinterpreted through the ages, influencing literature, art, and theology. His name alone evokes images of fire and brimstone, of rebellion and despair. The very mention of Lucifer conjures visions of a fallen angel cast out from the heavens, condemned to an eternity of suffering and torment. Lucifer's impact extends beyond religious texts. In literature, he has been portrayed as a tragic hero, a cunning deceiver, and a symbol of ultimate rebellion. His story has inspired countless works, from John Milton's Paradise Lost to modern interpretations in film and television. In various cultures, Lucifer is often equated with Satan, the adversary of God and humanity. This association has shaped the Western concept of the devil, influencing how evil is perceived and depicted. The answers to who Lucifer is, like the shadows themselves, shift and change depending on the light in which they are viewed. Each perspective offers a new layer of understanding, a different facet of the enigma that is Lucifer. Welcome to Bilmo, where we dive deep into the untold. Join me as we delve into the depths of this enduring enigma, exploring the various interpretations of Lucifer and his role in the cosmic drama. We will examine religious texts, historical accounts, and cultural depictions to uncover the many faces of this enigmatic figure. Our journey will take us through the hallowed halls of theology, the winding corridors of philosophy, and the shadowy recesses of the human psyche. We will confront the fears and questions that have plagued humanity for millennia, seeking to understand the true nature of evil and its most infamous personification. Be warned, dear reader, for the path we tread is not for the faint of heart. As we venture into the darkness, we must be prepared to face the shadows within ourselves, to confront the doubts and fears that lie hidden in the depths of our souls. Only then can we hope to uncover the truth about Lucifer and the shadow of doubt that he casts over our world. The story of Lucifer is a big part of the Abrahamic faiths, Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. Each has its own take on who he is, why he did what he did, and what happened to him. These ideas have changed over time, shaped by debates, culture, and history. If you're enjoying the video, make sure to subscribe for more videos like this in the future and leave a like, as it encourages me to bring more content like this for you. Okay, now back to the topic. Did you know in Christianity, Lucifer started as a bright and beautiful angel, maybe the best of all. His name means light bearer, showing his past glory, but his pride and ambition led to his fall. He didn't want to bow to humans, thinking he was better. This caused a big fight in heaven, and he was kicked out. He became Satan, the enemy, always fighting against God and his followers. The story of Lucifer's fall is a warning about the dangers of pride and not following God's rules. It reminds Christians to be humble and obedient. His change from a light bearer to the Prince of Darkness shows how even the best can become corrupt. The story of Lucifer's rebellion and fall has been told in many ways through art, books, and theology, each adding more meaning to this complex character. He didn't want to bow to humans, thinking he was better. This caused a big fight in heaven, and he was kicked out. He became Satan, the enemy, always fighting against God and his followers. In Islam, Lucifer is called Iblis. He was a high-ranking angel, but his fall wasn't because of pride. It was because he thought he was right. When God told all angels to bow to Adam, Iblis refused, saying he was made of fire and better than Adam, who was made of clay. This disobedience got him kicked out of paradise. Unlike the Christian Satan, Iblis isn't the ruler of hell, but a powerful jinn who tempts humans. The Islamic story highlights free will and the results of not following God's commands. Iblis's refusal to bow to Adam was a test of his loyalty to God. Islamic scholar. Iblis's role as a tempter is key in Islam. His story warns about the dangers of arrogance and the need for humility and obedience to God. Iblis was a high-ranking angel, but his fall wasn't because of pride. It was because he thought he was right. When God told all angels to bow to Adam, Iblis refused, saying he was made of fire and better than Adam, who was made of clay. This disobedience got him kicked out of paradise. Unlike the Christian Satan, Iblis isn't the ruler of hell, but a powerful jinn who tempts humans. In Judaism, Satan is different. He's not a fallen angel or a rebellious jinn. Instead, he's more like an accuser or a tester. He's part of God's team, making sure people stay faithful and righteous. The Jewish view of Satan shows him as an agent of God, testing people to make sure they stay true to their faith. This highlights personal responsibility and staying strong in faith. Jewish scholar, Satan's role as the accuser is important for justice. He makes sure people are accountable for their actions. Instead of a fallen angel or a rebellious jinn, Satan in Judaism is more like an accuser or a tester. He's part of God's team, making sure people stay faithful and righteous. He's not a demon fighting against God, but part of God's team, testing people's faith and righteousness. This shows a belief in a just and orderly universe where even challenges serve a divine purpose. Stepping outside the usual religious stories, we find different takes on Lucifer that mix up the classic good versus evil tale. Gnosticism. This old set of beliefs from early Christianity sees Lucifer not as a bad guy, but as a tragic hero, a bringer of wisdom. Gnostics thought the world was made by an imperfect being called the demiurge, who kept people stuck in ignorance. Here, Lucifer, often seen as the snake in the Garden of Eden, becomes a hero, giving Adam and Eve the fruit of knowledge, helping them see through the demiurge's tricks. Modern Satanism, despite its edgy name, doesn't actually worship Satan. It's more about seeing Satan as a symbol of rebellion, being yourself, and seeking knowledge. Satanists say no to traditional religious rules and instead focus on self-empowerment and thinking for themselves. For them, Lucifer stands for rejecting forced morals and taking personal responsibility. He symbolizes the human spirit's potential for both good and bad, reminding us that we are in charge of our own choices and actions. As we've seen, Lucifer isn't just one thing. He's a complex character whose traits and reasons change depending on the story. In Christianity, he's the fallen angel, kicked out of heaven for being too proud and rebellious. In Islam, he's Iblis, who wouldn't bow to Adam and got banished. In other stories, he might be a symbol of enlightenment or a bringer of knowledge, shaking things up and challenging what's known and accepted. Even with these differences, there are some common themes in all the stories about Lucifer. These themes tell us a lot about human nature, our fears, our desires, and our ongoing struggle with the ideas of good and evil. One big theme is rebellion. This isn't just about being defiant for no reason, but about challenging the rules, questioning authority, and wanting freedom from restrictions. Whether it's Lucifer not bowing to humans in Christian stories or Iblis defying God's command in Islam, rebellion is a strong statement. It shows a desire for independence and making one's own choices, even against powerful divine authority. Lucifer is often shown as someone who won't submit to authority, even divine authority. This isn't just defiance, it's a deep statement about free will and the right to choose one's own path, no matter the consequences. This rebellious spirit is both attractive and scary. It represents the human desire for freedom and independence, but also warns about the dangers of unchecked ambition. It's a cautionary tale about the risks of pride and the thin line between asserting oneself and self-destruction. Another big theme is temptation. Temptation is a strong force that can lead people away from their moral path and into sin and corruption. Lucifer, in his many forms, is often shown as a master trickster, a clever manipulator who preys on human weaknesses and desires. He knows the human mind well and uses this to his advantage, leading people into temptation and away from righteousness. From the serpent in the Garden of Eden to the whispers of doubt in people's minds, Lucifer's role as the tempter is constant. He represents the seductive power of temptation, the allure of forbidden knowledge, and the intoxicating promise of power. Lucifer embodies the tempting power of forbidden knowledge and the promise of power. This part of his character speaks to our fascination with the unknown and the forbidden, and how far we'll go to get what we can't have. Lastly, the idea of duality, or good versus evil, is central to many stories about Lucifer. This duality isn't just about outside forces, but also about the internal struggle within each of us. He's often shown as the opposite of God, representing darkness that balances the light, chaos that threatens order. This highlights the delicate balance between good and evil, and the constant fight to keep that balance. This duality reflects a basic human struggle, the internal battle between our better angels and our darker impulses. It's a reminder that the fight between good and evil isn't just outside us, but inside us, and it's a battle we face every day. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the many faces of Lucifer, make sure to hit that like button, share this video with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more intriguing content. Thank you for watching. Remember, the story of Lucifer is not just about a fallen angel or a tempter. It's a mirror reflecting our own struggles, our own battles with pride, ambition, and the eternal quest for knowledge. In understanding Lucifer, we understand a part of ourselves. Stay curious, stay questioning, and never stop exploring the depths of the human spirit.